If you woke up this morning expecting to meet the energy that you went to sleep to, well, I don't think that happened. Okay, so for while you were sleeping, a few things happened. Venus entered Cancer, the moon went into Scorpio, Mercury squared Neptune, and then entered Cancer, and then once it entered Cancer, it met up with Venus and formed a conjunction. So good morning. What does that mean for you, you wonder? Join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery, unlocking your path to transformation and success, gaining an understanding of how to own this energy and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus. June the 17th, 2024. We'll start with the numerology. Today we have the energy of the 17. That's about making the impossible possible. That is about a renewed sense of hope and a renewed sense of vision. Tapping into new beginnings, new starts, new adventures, new learning experiences. Knowing that we've got this. Knowing that we can go forward in a way we didn't understand we could before. Maybe something has opened up to us. Maybe we get some kind of clarity or knowledge come in. 1 plus 7 is an 8 energy. So it's about growing our prosperity, our abundance, our love, our well-being. Where do we want the expansion in our life? The 8 energy, but it's more of a financial. It's more of prosperity. It's more of growing your stature within the community, your empowerment. Now, if we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 6 plus an 8 plus an 8, which is a 22 energy. So not only do we have the 17 energy, making the impossible possible, but we also have the 22 energy, which is a master number, which is probably the most powerful master number. Now, under a 22 energy, we are called to action. Okay, it's a call to action for the 22 energy because when we are giving it our focus, our attention, our goals, our dreams, our desires, where we want the expansion of, where we want the growth of, where we want the successes, where we want the abundance to show up, the prosperity, where we want those things in life, if we give it the focus and we show up and do what is necessary, things happen quite quickly to bring those successes into our life. Sun is in Gemini, Moon is in Scorpio, and where do we begin? Okay, let's start with the most challenging aspect first. Okay, Mercury square Neptune. So we may have misunderstandings or we can't seem to convey our thoughts effectively. So we'll need to strive for clarity. We need to either ask questions so we get a clear understanding of what is being said to us, or we need to pull it back and think of our words prior to conversing with another, especially when we're trying to get a point across or to get some kind of buy-in. We're telling a story. We don't want to get lost. Okay, so really understand what you want to say in those words. Double check any kind of important details today. Absolutely. We could be pulled between our logical self and our intuitive feelings. We always need to pay attention to our intuition. But Neptune's involved, so we need to verify the facts, okay? Remain practical, remain in the now, okay? It's a time to ground ourselves in reality. We don't want to jump to conclusions. We don't want to fall victim to wishful thinking or an illusion we're allowing ourselves to buy into. Okay, Venus entering Cancer. That's a time when, well, this is a time, I should say. Not that is a time, it is now. To strengthen our relationships, to work towards a more comforting and secure home environment. You know, beautifying your home, redecorating it in some way. Making little havens within our living environments, okay? Things that, you know, in a way that it reflects you and it gives you that feeling of safety, security, inner peace. Okay, it's also time to love yourself. So treat yourself with compassion and kindness. Do things for you. Pamper yourself. See the beauty of who you are. Now, Mercury Yeah, Mercury is going to enter Cancer, and that brings in a time when we're going to find ourselves communicating with so much more compassion. We'll talk from the heart. It's a beautiful time to have conversations with those you hold dear to your heart. Build those bonds, strengthen those relationships. And definitely, it's a time to trust your inner voice. Pay attention to those gut feelings. Allow your intuition to help guide your decisions. Now, remember, we also need to make sure it's a practical, something that's doable, right? And Mercury catches up with Venus, conjuncts in Cancer, and that creates a powerful blend of energies that encourages us to speak from the heart, to share our feelings with a warmth, create harmonious environments within our relationships. This is a time to use our words to create beauty, to create that harmony. Write notes, give compliments, spend quality time with those you love, engage in activities that bring joy and togetherness, have a board game night or something like that. It's a time to actually reflect on what truly matters to you and then aligning your actions with your values. Okay? It's a time where you can communicate your needs, your desires. People will hear. People will act on that. And seek to understand the values and emotions of those around you. It's two-way streets, right? Okay, let's turn to the cards. So a lot of beautiful, harmonious energy is coming in, especially when it has to do with our voice, our heart. Now, Venus is also the planet of money, so know that our relationship changes with how we look at money, at how we spend our money, how we invest our money, where we use our money, why we use our money. Remember, money is really just a vehicle. The weeklies are out. You know that already because I popped them up early for you, but you might want to go back and if you listened to them when I first put them out and just kind of give yourself a refresh. Our underlying energy is, look at this, the Emperor. The Emperor shows up today, so we are much more intuitive today. We are also the diplomat today. So if we think about our words, we can use them wisely to promote ourselves in our path, to grow relationships, to tighten, strengthen those bonds, deepen that relationship, partnerships, friendships. The Emperor is one that is looking at, the dreams, the expectations of our tomorrows, what we will create, what we will have success in, what we will invent, what we will give birth to. And to see it as an end result and then start to work out a strategy towards that goal, that dream, that desire. And for what you don't know, this is a time when you bring people around you that do know, that have walked the path, and to tap into their expertise so that you could maybe miss or avoid some pitfalls or aggravations, some things that might stump you because maybe they've already been through those challenges and can give you some pointers on how to completely fly right through that part of the development of where you are going, your dream, your desires, your best life ever. We have the Page of Wands as our first card. The Page of Wands is one where we are reflecting, we are thinking, where do we want to go? What do we want to create? What do we want to step into? Where do we want to create beauty? Where do we want to create harmony? How do we want to create that? What does it look like at the end of the day? Are you landscaping your property? Are you doing something within your home, beautifying it in some way? Are you doing something within yourself to beautify you in some way? This is a time, superficiality will not go very far under this kind of energy. This is a time when we grow those deep bonds, and you should start with the deep bond with yourself to understand your beauty, your potential, your talent, to see how you can step forward, how you can scratch that potential, how you can step into a dream, a desire, because this is a time of love and a love of passion and passions. So a time of passions and love, but going forward, it could be a relationship, absolutely, but it could also mean finances. I mean, we are in an 8 energy today. So this is a time to dream it big. This is a time, remember the 17 energy. This is a time to dream it big. Remember the 22 energy. This is a time to put up the focus on what we truly want. To think of what we want, our values, and then to go out and put an action behind them. So this might be a time, when we care about somebody, we'll do a little handwritten note, pop it in the mailbox. I got one the other day. I mean, and it was several days ago now, but still, I think of those words. I pretty well memorized the card because I read it a couple of times and it touched me. And it was just, I had shown up at a table where she happened to be celebrating her birthday with a few people, and she thanked me for being there and being part of her special day. And she took the time to do that when, my intention wasn't to, I did celebrate her birthday. We had a lot of fun. But, it adds that little extra humanization. It's not just a text message. Hey, thanks for coming out today. It's the time to take the time to go out and buy a card and take the time to think about what you want to pen into it. Go to the post office and put a stamp on it and find the address of the person, because in today's age, we don't have those address books like we used to. She went through all these little steps just to say a mere thank you. So where can you brighten someone's day with a little small note of how you care about them, how you want to thank them for being a part of your life? Give a compliment. Give a compliment. You're walking, this is the time, well, at least where I am, where the street fairs are starting up. So as I walk through, I tell one person I love those shoes, and oh my gosh, I love that shirt. And it's not insincere, because if I don't like their shirt, I wouldn't say it. But when I see it, I make mention of it. I take the time to go over and say, wow, don't mean to interrupt here, but, you're killing it. Look at you. So this is a time for those kinds of things to just, and you grow your own inner happiness through that, through giving compliments, through giving those small, tiny notes of love. Maybe it's somebody you can't really get in contact with. Well, then close your eyes and think of them, envision them, and then send them beautiful white light. That works. Believe it or not, that works. There's scientific studies on exactly that working more often than not. Okay, got on a tangent. Sorry. Queen of Cups, love yourself. Well, we already covered this. On to the next card now. The Queen of Cups is, where do you want the abundance? Where do you want the prosperity? Where do you want the love? Where do you want the growth in your life? Where do you want the expansion? How are you going to fill that cup? What is the new beginning, the new start, the new energy that you are inviting into your life? Okay, and one of the keys to keeping this as a long-term vision is by loving yourself, by knowing that you are deserving of it, worthy of it, that you have the potential to succeed, and you will. And then we have, look at this, right next to the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Cups. So, this is a time for love. We have cups here, and then we have the Emperor and the Page of Wands. So there is some action that needs to be put behind our love in order to really grow those experiences, to really, bring in those experiences of happiness, of joy, of connection. The King of Cups is here. Now, no matter how much drama, how much chaos might be going on around him, he sits there very content because he's taken the time. So very much a lighter energy of the Emperor, obviously, but still a strong energy to tell us. We're the royal family of the cups here today. So you can't tell me it's not about love. It's not about growing those relationships. It's not about strengthening those relationships, because it definitely is. And here the King of Cups is sitting there to say, we can grow our relationships so much stronger, so much more authentically under this time. So this is the time to gain some new friends, to grow those friendships, to try new experiences within those friendships. You might trip upon something that you love, or they may trip upon something that they come to love because of your interaction. Make it as a safe haven in your area that, you can talk, you can say whatever you want. It goes no further. To make those safe areas where safety is important. Maybe you're doing something in the community like that. Maybe there's some family issues right now where you can, be that moderator within it. I kind of get where we can help through our words, through our actions, bring a lot of harmony and beauty into our worlds, into our lives. One friendship at a time, one compliment at a time, one conversation at a time. Let's go to our oracle cards. Nature's Whispers. Shift your energy, the 19. Shift your energy. Allow that inner light to shine. And it really is a shift in energy today, isn't it? Look at that. If that isn't a Cancer kind of energy. Look at the beauty in that, the harmony. Do you see anything else calling out to you? Perhaps you see an owl or a deer, a turtle or a bird, your favorite flower. Oh, driving down we have this me and my son were driving down by the Niagara River there. And you rarely see deer around there. But there was this beautiful, oh my gosh, she was just the most gorgeous deer. And she was just, it was like a dance how she was running. And then there were her babies. She had twins. Oh my gosh, they were just so adorable. Standing by the water, it was just gorgeous. Anyways, I thought, oh, what a beautiful gift that was to see. Shift your energy. Shifted my energy is what I'm trying to get at. Clear your energy, the energy of those around you and the energy of your environment. Winds of change are blowing into your awareness in order to prepare for what is ahead. Begin a process of renewal. This process might include clearing away the old that no longer has a purpose in your life. It may also mean that changing old habits and patterns that you are ready to release. An example might be actively avoiding to use sugary foods. We just had this, didn't we? Yeah, on the 18th we actually had it, didn't we? Because I predicted that the next day was the 19th or something like that. View this at a time of shedding that can be achieved with ease and grace. So yeah, it's also about shedding a part of ourselves, isn't it? It's about letting go. So this is a time to smudge yourself if you don't know how to do that. Very easy, just sage. Sage works the easiest. I've got it growing in my garden now, so I never run out of sage again. A couple of leaves of sage go a long way. You don't need this big fire pit going. You just need a tendril of smoke, right? And just bring the smoke around you. Now, we've been told this for, centuries actually, to use the sage to smudge, to clear away the negative energies. If somebody was sick, they always smudged the person and the area. If you have any kind of negative energy coming in, good time to smudge. New moons, full moons, when you had company, especially if they lingered for a while. Possessions of another person left behind, you kind of want to smudge that so that the energy doesn't get mixed up with your energy. Smudge your vehicles, absolutely, and smudge yourself, smudge your home, whenever. You get the calling. I smudge, once a week probably here, and then full moons and new moons, and then every so often, if I've had a bad day, I definitely smudge. If I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, I definitely smudge. Anyways, getting back to what I wanted to tell you was that there's a lot of recent studies out there. Okay, so the scientists took this one room and just sucked everything out of the room, and then put in like, I don't know, 30,000 different kind of airborne viruses. And they put it in this room, and then they smudged the room. And then they went in every day for 30 days to test the room, and it was completely virus-free for those 30 days of testing. So what happens is they've found out there is good smoke and bad smoke. And what the good smoke does, okay, what we were told to do for years upon years upon years upon decades and centuries, is to smudge the sick if you're feeling ill or something. But what the smoke actually does is it surrounds the virus and suffocates it, and then once it drops to the surface, it dies. So, smudge. I guess I could have just said smudge. Do I want to do this? There we go. They told me to do that, so they are the boss. Okay, here we go. With an animal card. A kiwi. The 6 of Earth. Look at him. He's got a little coin in his beak there. Like that's the queen on the coin. Okay. Pull her back here, so hopefully we'll be able to read it. Oh, almost. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, receive a grant or scholarship. In return for these blessings, be sure to share your wealth with others through, come on, is it me? Well, I guess it must be me. Okay. Through donations of time or money or reputable charities. So this is a little bit about going out there and making the world a happier, more loving, harmonious place. Of course, if you have things to donate, money would probably be the last thing I would donate. I would always do something, even if I walk the streets where there might be a lot of homeless. I go into like McDonald's and grab, 10 Happy Meals and drop them off. I'd rather make the purchase for them so that I knew that it was going towards something that would at least get some kind of food in them. Maybe not nutrition, but food at least. Or, maybe I should pick up a bag of apples or something like that. That'd probably be better, but I don't know why every city doesn't just grow fruit trees so that the homeless can just eat in abundance. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts. You know what? We have the 17 energy. 1 plus 7 is an 8. So it's a high energy, absolutely, for creating your prosperity. Okay. Then we have an emperor here creating prosperity. We have a royal family here creating prosperity, abundance, joy, happiness, love. So I believe that if you use this energy properly, the kiwi comes out here to say, yes, you will have successes. You will have prosperity. You will be able to pay off that debt. You will be able to acquire those wise loans, so you've thought it through and how that money is going to be utilized and why it's a good investment at this time, why it's necessary. Or maybe receive a grant or a scholarship. That could definitely happen under a 17 or 22 energy. An aha moment, an epiphany, a miracle happens in your life. And in return for these blessings, be sure to share your wealth with others, okay? But if you don't have the wealth, there are a lot of ways that you can share yourself with others and bring in the joy and the celebration to everyone around you. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.